Like how you got into like kind of the social media life.
So I'm probably, if I'm completely honest, because I always am, which get me in a lot of trouble, but I'm probably not the best person to ask about growing social media because I haven't done it the way that these guys...
Not necessarily social media, but more like becoming a social celebrity, getting on TV.
Yeah, well that's the thing. Like a lot of these personal trainers and coaches have done it from zero upwards by purely coaching, by purely gifting out knowledge. I never wanted Instagram to take over my life. I've always wanted to live my life, and hence I think I went 6 months within the last couple of years where I did not post a single thing, because I've seen people, not naming any names, but I've seen people that I've been really close to where social media just swamped them, and I'm talking to someone that's like that 24/7, and you just lose the person, in my opinion. So I've seen that happen and then tried to not be that person and tried to not be on social media, and so therefore I've neglected it, and it's affected my business. And these people that are on their phones at the time, I think have managed to find a balance now, and they're doing very well and have grown social media organically, whereas I just got on TV basically back in the day.
So how did you do it?
I saw Joey Essex, not the smartest guy, Mark Wright, people like that, like making millions. I think it was when I was in Tesco once and I saw Joey Essex hair wax. And
right.
I was like, how is this moron, no offence Joe, making millions from just being on TV? I thought, I fancy a bit of that. I thought I've got a bit of a rig going. Do you know what I mean? I get told I'm pretty occasionally, maybe I could get on TV. So that's what I did. I didn't do the normal thing where they're like, oh yeah, I could go on Love Island if I want to, I just don't want to. I was like, I want to be on TV, I want to make easy money, which, I wasn't shy about that. And within a few months I managed to get on X on the Beach, which was the Love Island.
What did you do?
Time.
Did you apply online?
I applied online. I reached out to agencies. I spoke to people that I knew within the industry.
Just hit it hard?
Yeah, and I just said I want to be on TV. I think I'm made to be on TV.
What did you have to do? Did you have to send like a CV, pictures? Like, I'm actually interested in how the process went.
So there would be advertisements on social media. I was with a couple of agencies anyway for my modelling. I said, look, I want to apply for this, I want to apply for that. It actually worked out when I did it for myself rather than doing it for agencies, because I was active and they could see that.
So you did a better
pictures,
job than the agencies?
Yeah, of course, because I was active. I really wanted to do it, so I reached out. I had
Is that email or social media? Did you do that?
Social media, and then phone calls. And then interviews. I think I did about 5 interviews before I was on X on the Beach, and I would just sit there.
You went through 5 interviews before you even got.
Yeah, and I would sit there, and they would like, "What have you been up to this week?" I'd be like, "Wow, I shagged this bird." Then I shagged her best mate. Then she slapped me. Then they had a scrap in the bar, and they were just
what kind of questions did they ask?
What stuff like that.
So they wanted to see how tapped you were a little bit.
What's the naughtiest thing you've done? And I was like, "Oh well, I once slept with a bird, and then." I pretended that my dog was barking outside, and then I went and slept with my neighbour, and then ran back in and said I'd put the dog to bed, and then carried on sleeping. And they were like, "You're perfect." And so that's what got me on TV, just being an absolute pardon my French.
Bleep that one out.
So that's what got me on TV, and so I didn't actively grow my social media. It just happened. I was on the telly box. I was looking at my phone and I was gaining 10,000 Instagram followers a day. These things, but I've just never been shy that I wanted to be on TV and wanted to not. I worked in an office cold calling people about selling Orange mobile phone contracts for years, and then it got to a point where I just thought, fuck this, I never want to do this again, this is not me. So I got my body into, godlike status.
You touched on an interesting point there actually. I call it the Marmite strategy. So if you look at anyone big in the world, typically they'll have a lot of lovers and a lot of haters.
Yeah, of course.
Prime example, like Donald Trump, right? Probably one of the most hated men in the world, became president of the United States. To grab attention, you have to be a bit controversial, because to get people to love you, you have to be outspoken, you have to be different, you have to be authentic.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you did. And I think the key point there is not give a shit what people think, and be. I think you've naturally got that personality anyway, so if you don't have that, you've probably got to put it on a little bit,
yeah.
Especially when you want to be on TV, or maybe it's not for you. But if you have got that personality, but you're holding back because you give a shit what people think, then take it off. Obviously, don't go to the level where you're really like pushing it too far on the PC. But don't, like, if you've got an opinion, you think, well, this is going to upset a lot of people, it's probably good to talk about.
If you're just lovely all the time, people aren't going to talk about you. Really, they might say, "Oh, he's a lovely guy."
Vanilla.
Then they'll talk about, "But have you heard about this
guy?
Yeah,
exactly.
Who's been doing this shit? What a fucking crazy guy."
And people will love you for it. And if you don't have, and I always think haters are good indicator that you are growing.
Absolutely.
Like my
That's what
YouTube,
gets you,
YouTube's baby stages, but I'm starting to get a lot of lovely comments and a lot of hate, and I'm like, that's a great indicator that I'm growing.
100%. You always want hate, and trust me, I've always had it. You've got to be good as well if you want to build your social media or be on TV or anything like that. You've got to be able to take hate with a pinch of salt.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that, you know, reply to every troll's comment. That's what the trolls want. Like, as soon as you get negativity, you can either thank them and suggest they have a good day, and they'll be like, what? Hang on, I was trying to insult you there. Don't engage in an argument with them, because they're more than likely sat in their parents' basement, you know what I mean, like fucking just hating on you because they're not you or not doing anything productive in their life. I've never seen a successful person trolling people.
No, that's very true. And also that ties back into what you just said about actually not giving a shit what people think. If you truly don't give a shit what people think, you won't care when that person comments. If it is affecting you too much, then it probably is something you need to start working on, because it should all tie in together. You shouldn't care what people think. You should be authentic, and if, like you say, you've got to have thick skin and take criticism as a positive sometimes. I mean, if it's something that's recurring that possibly you probably need to pay attention to, but I would listen to people that are close to you respect opinions of, not a troll.
100%. If you do things that you're comfortable with and you're happy with, and that you don't think you've done anything wrong, then anything that anyone says shouldn't matter.
Unless it's like family or people you care about.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then, or if you do something you regret, apologise for it, move on. But don't apologise for anything that you don't, when you don't think you've done anything wrong, unless everyone that you're close to, like you said, has told you you fucked up.
Yeah. So guys, if you like the video, please troll us, because we don't care.
Thank you. I'm only joking.
Please subscribe, like, comment, all the good stuff, so that we can get more subscribers.
Hells
get
yeah.
more famous.
God yeah.
Because I'm not famous at all. I've got blue tick boy over here. I'm no tick.
Yeah, blue tick, yeah.
But I need to get my subs up, so, and he needs to get his online coaching business growing.
Yes, we do. I want to move away.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope Rogan
Start coaching you.
gave you some value. Thank you very much.